everybody. In this video, I am going to share with you some tips on how to juggle all the work that you have going on. All right, so I have 3 tips for you, and I'm going to be quick today. So the very first one, to juggle all this work, you have all kinds of work like daily type tasks, and then weekly and monthly, and then you have projects, and your projects could stretch over a long period of time, right? You might have one project that you're working on each and every quarter, or one project a month, or you might have some quick projects. But if you start categorizing your work in terms of daily, weekly, monthly, and then projects. So daily, weekly, monthly tasks, and then projects. And that way you can start to, when you plan, you can start looking at your calendar and thinking about when you need to start creating some routines. So that's my next tip, actually, is once you have those things categorized, then you can start looking at routines and habits, right? So if you think about, like, if you're doing weekly content, you might have certain day where you plan that content and you get ready for it, and you take your notes and do all those things that you do. Maybe you send out an email to remind everybody, you create an event in your Facebook group. So you see what I'm saying is that you can start to have different types of days where you do different types of things each and every week. And so you can kind of see, you'll get into patterns that you can leverage your time in different ways. And if you haven't used my Take Charge of Your Time workbook, you might want to grab that workbook, because that is a really great way for you to start leveraging all the time that you have in better ways, right? Because we time block, but we not only look at the time that we have available, but we also look at the quality of that time and then match that up to the quality of time you need to actually get those things done that you're working on. You don't want to be writing or recording when you're helping your kids with homework, but you could probably work on maybe some images or something like that. The very last thing is to work in sprints, right? When we work in sprints, it's a lot easier for us to plan things out, because you're planning a finite amount of time. Instead of just looking at the whole pile of things to do, you're zeroing in on simply just the things that you can do in however long your sprint is. I like to use 2-week sprints. It gives me more time to get through all of my tasks and not stress about a deadline or due date, right? It really helps me a lot. So I have a 2023 sprint calendar that you can grab on my website. I will drop the link in the comments here, but it is at thescrumshop.com/sprint-calendar, or you can get everything at thescrumshop.com/workbooks. That's where you can find the Take Charge of Your Time workbook, and you can find the sprint calendar and all sorts of other types of workbooks in there that might help you. Think about this though, when you work in sprints and you start scheduling out your work, you want to still keep things grouped in projects and daily, weekly, monthly tasks, right? Because then you slate out time to work on your project. And then as you dive into that project, now you have a prioritized list of things to do within that project that will help you. So you're not just like random tasks all over the place, right? Or 35 tasks on your Kanban board. You might have 5 things, and then you dive into those things at a deeper level when you slate out time to do those things. Okay, all right. I hope that helps you to juggle all the work. And if you need any help juggling at all, you can always reach out. I'm here for you. And don't forget to grab that sprint calendar. I think that will help you a lot, so that you can time box your work and create only one deadline, right? Create one deadline instead of multiple deadlines all throughout the week. You have one deadline for all of your work, and you can relax and just relax into your work and utilize your time blocks as you see fit, depending on your mood and the time you have and the quality of that time and the quality of time required for your tasks. Okay, I hope that helps, and I will see you in the comments.